Welcome to Fun and Games Side Quests. Every episode is a different host sharing a video game they love and why they love it.
Hey there, my name is Niema Moshiri and I'm a computer science professor at UC San Diego. Today I'll be talking about a video game that was super impactful on my life. Mad Dog McCree for MS-DOS. If you're not familiar with it, which, to be honest, I don't expect you to be given that it's somewhat obscure now, here's a quick summary. Basically, it's a rail shooter game set in the Wild West. You play as a nameless cowboy known only as the Stranger, who rides into a small town. When you arrive, you're told that the mayor's daughter has been kidnapped by a gang of outlaws working for Mad Dog McCree, the main villain of the game. You go through multiple areas in the town, each with its own showdowns in which you have to quickly shoot the right enemy at the right time, but being careful not to shoot innocent bystanders. Mad Dog McCree originally released as an arcade game that used a light gun peripheral, but it was re-released for MS-DOS in 1992, which is the version of the game I grew up playing. Instead of using a physical light gun, you use the computer's mouse to click on enemies you want to shoot. I was only 4 years old when I first played this game on my dad's computer, and it absolutely blew my mind. Not only was I able to click on the screen and have the game's world change based on my actions, but the entire game was live action full motion video, so I was interacting with real living people. Or so I thought. I was just a 4-year-old, so I didn't know any better. I was so mesmerized by this game that it led to a lifelong passion for computers and technology, which ultimately led to my current career as a computer scientist. Basically, I wanted to understand how typing a few magic words into this box could transport me to the Wild West, and more importantly, I wanted to learn how I could make this magic box do cool things. Of course, the game feels a little bit dated now. The videos in the MS-DOS version are extremely pixelated, the gameplay is a bit clunky, and the acting is extremely corny. But nevertheless, I think everyone should try it out. In my opinion, it really captures the magical feeling of technology in the 90s. Thanks for listening to me ramble about Mad Dog McCree, and I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I did. Happy gaming!
In a world where there's often 60 plus years of history to worry about, how can you quickly get into a new comic character or franchise? If you're like me, then you turn to video games. But how well does that work out? In some cases, pretty well. In others, it's a giant disaster. But how can you know which games will set you on the right path and which games will just leave you more confused than you were before? Play Comics is the show for you. I'm Chris, and each episode we take a look at video games based on comic properties and how well they stick to that source material. So listen in and get the scoop on which games are worth your time over at playcomics.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.